top VIPs, how are you doing? We are back again with another episode, but in this episode I have a very special guest, and she's an outstanding leader, but I will let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Rose Nabwire and I'm the second female guild president of Makerere University Business School, and I'm the top VIP of today.
Yeah man, I'm a VIP.
Yeah, so how have you been? It's a holiday currently at Mubs. Yeah, so as the guild president of Mubs, what are you into? What are you currently doing during your holiday?
Honestly, during the holiday, I've been okay. Of course, running a few initiatives to see that when the students report, there are a few projects that I've been able to do. Being a third-year student, I'm now on my internship, and every day hopping onto new opportunities.
Oh, okay. You're talking about different initiatives. What are some of the initiatives you have participated in? So that maybe someone who is lost, like it's a holiday, they are lost, maybe they can also start they can start looking into that area.
Yeah. So during the holiday, some of the few initiatives that I've carried out, I recently went for the sickle cell run to create more sickle cell awareness, because I feel like that area is not well elaborated. I've also participated on a few panels advocating for the youths and the youths' interests, and also carried out initiatives like the pad drives in primary schools, which have helped to make people's lives better.
Oh, that's interesting. Actually, most of the people, they be like, it's a holiday, all of us are on a break. But then I think it's very important that there are certain things that you're running as a person. So that's interesting that you have some things that you are currently doing and you're not completely like on a break. Yeah, so that's interesting. I actually saw that you were recently sworn in as the guild president of Mubs. Yeah, how does it feel, the fact that now work is going to start? You were in campaigns, now work is going to start. How does that feel?
It actually feels amazing, but it's also a call to action that the mantle you've taken on is not an easy one.
Yeah.
So it reminds me that every day I need to serve, because how I will serve will determine if another female leader will emerge in this position. So I'm definitely hoping to give this service my best, to serve diligently, and to look out for each and everyone in the Mubs community.
Yeah, actually, now that service has begun, the fact that now it's service time, don't you be there and you miss the days of campaigns, because a lot of memories were created, and yeah, don't you?
Yeah, so definitely during the campaigns, it was an amazing time. I can't deny.
Do you still know how to give a strong way?
Yes, I do.
First give me a strong way.
So of course I definitely miss those times, and the togetherness we had as a team, the love that everyone was giving one another, the zeal that everyone was putting in to ensure that I win. Of course, those moments, I truly do miss them. But then it comes back to you. What's your vision as a leader? What do you want to do for those people that gave you the mantle? How do you want to transform their lives? Did you take on the leadership mantle to improve your life or to improve their lives? So that's where it comes in. Am I supposed to be a transformational leader or a transactional leader? During campaigns, we carry out more like transactional promises.
Yeah.
If you vote me, I'll do this for you. If you do this for me, if you give me your vote, I'll do this for you. So it comes back to you. But if you didn't have that leadership mantle, would you still do what you promised the people? But how lucky am I that I have that leadership mantle now? It's now just to transform the lives of the people.
Okay, that's interesting. But then there is this part where yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting that you're not seeing it from the angle of transactional leadership, and now you want to deliver leadership that is going to change the lives of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hardest thing I know is that to be a leader, you must first lead yourself. Then that's when you can effectively lead other people.
Yeah.
For you, what is your take on personal leadership and leadership? Like, what is your take on leading yourself versus leading other people?
Yeah. So leading yourself personally, in my own perspective,
Yeah.
I would say you can't give what you don't have. So when it comes back to me, I'm more of an outgoing person, love to relate with people. So meaning in my leadership tenure, I won't keep to myself. I would actually want to know, what is this person going through? How can I help this one? How can this one better their lives? Because that's who I am. Every single day I want to improve who I am. I am more outgoing, open to learning. So that's the same thing that I would give to the people that I am leading.
Yeah, but then leading yourself then comes back to the fact that you have your own demons, like you face on a daily basis, and then there is also the fact that you have to deal with the demons that come with leading other people. So now, how have you been able like to deal with your personal demons? Like, I'm a lazy person. It's 9 a.m. Me personally, I'm a lazy person. You don't want to wake up. But then, like, versus the fact that now you have added, like, to yourself the fact that you have to lead other people. So how can like someone really lead themselves, like dealing with their demons and all that?
Once one takes on leadership, now me, I would say I'm a poor timekeeper. But with this leadership mantle that I have, honestly, I am trying.
You're trying your
I am
level
trying to
best.
show up on time, something that would be something I'm going to benefit from after my leadership tenure. If you're talking about those demons,
Yeah.
that's one of the things I'm trying to fight right now, and hope that the people that I lead will also be good timekeepers. Because if your leader is not showing up on time, how are they going to show up on time on certain occasions?
But I think that affects like everyone. There is a tendency that whenever an event in Uganda or anywhere is said to start like at around 4:30, people that's when are arriving. Like everyone is not good at timekeeping.
Exactly.
Yeah, so bouncing from, do you think someone can lead other people without leading themselves first?
No, I don't think so. Then that person is going to mislead people. You need to come to a point of consensus and you're like, do you know what? I need to better my life to lead these people. Because once you are not seeing the wrong in you, how are you going to see the wrong in others to correct them and put them on the right path? So it's like being a lost leader. People are following you, so they're all going to take the wrong channel because our leader is taking the wrong channel.
Yeah. And it has all come from the fact that you can't lead yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've ever experienced that. There is a time when I started an initiative, but because I had like personal things that I was dealing with, I feel like those exact things that I was dealing with and like
Timekeeping, procrastination, of like I'll do this tomorrow.
yeah,
They follow up by the way.
being lazy.
Yeah.
I feel like there is a point where I wanted to deliver better results, but because of those habits that keep on holding you
back.
like you fail to deliver.
True.
So it has made sense that to be a leader you must have dealt with,
you need
like
to fight it.
you must first deal with like your personal bad habits, and then from those personal bad habits you transition to leading other people. That's very interesting. Yeah. So now channeling to having finished the fact that you can't lead other people when you have not led yourself. What do you be doing? Like, what do you listen? What type of music do you listen to? What are you into apart from like these leadership things? Because we cannot, even if you're into academics, you can't say that every day I must be reading books.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you channel your energy into when you're like off, like office work and all that?
Yeah, I love listening to music. I love reading novels. I'm a poet. I love reciting poems for the small audiences I've recited to.
Yeah.
And then I also love hanging out with friends and having a good time.
Okay. Which song are you currently like in love with? Because honestly,
Eh?
eh, that's pay sports. Eh? Yeah. The other time I saw a video where you were dancing during the traditional cultural
Gala,
event gala
yeah.
of Mubs, and you know, the skills will seem to be good. So you might be also
A
like a
dancer?
dancer,
No,
but
I'm
then
not a dancer.
but then like you're hiding it away from.
No. I
Yeah.
just had to save my tribe that on that stage by
uh,
showing up.
or and
Yes.
also like showing up, it empowers other people.
Yes, you need
Yes.
to show up as a leader. You need to
So
be there.
yeah, so on the part of empowering people, what are you currently targeting? You know, what do you think is the best ideal thing for a young person to do that will empower other people, other young people?
Yeah, me, one opportunity I'm tapping into is mentorship, mentoring the young people to discover who truly are they, and for them to get a sense of purpose to push on in life, because I am what I am because someone mentored me into leadership. So about if we mentor other young people out there, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing, because in my manifesto I had leadership and empowerment, but how am I going to do that? Through mentorship, through forming clubs that are going to be of influence to students. You know, like if you created a mental health club in Mubs, you'd create a safe space for people to open up what they're actually going through or what's holding them back from achieving what they truly want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have talked about empowering other people. Do you think you have also talked about mentorship? Do you think mentorship is the shortcut in life?
It's not the shortcut. I think the shortcut in life is discovering who you are and what your special niche is. Once you know, I'm a singer, I'm a poet, I'm a good orator, that can push you far in life. So discovering who you are and leveraging on that to showcase to the world what you are.
Now let's talk about building legacy. Do you think like being like a guild president is like a lot of work to you, and is this like your first time being a leader? You know, how have you been able to catch up with the pace that is required from a guild president, and the fact that you're a lady or a
Yeah.
woman?
As I had earlier mentioned, yeah, I'm a person that loves to hop onto opportunities.
Yeah.
You realize since my P1, I've been a leader. I was a pencil collector in P1. Senior 1, I was a counselor at Our Lady of Good Counsel. Senior 3, I came for deputy head girl. Then in Nabisunsa, I was head of Whitehall. Joined Mubs, became a course leader, became also a speaker of an association, BASAM, of the business administration students. I was then appointed a vice guild president. So you realize it has been a build up, and I feel like this is not so much pressure, but it's a time for me to explore those opportunities that come with having such a big title.
Oh, that's very interesting. So at some point you realize that there is a public picture that once a woman steps into a certain office, you know, this is going to come along, this is going to deliver, I want to be there, and all that. So now, I don't know whether you are familiar with the word patriarchy. Yeah, patriarchy is where once a woman is in office, at the end of the day, it's men who will make the final decisions. Let's say like she's the guild president, and then as the guild committee, they decide something. But then there is another office, like there is another big office that will take the final decision. So meaning that the fact that she's a guild president, she's not going to take the final decision. So how are you fighting patriarchy as a guild president at Mubs?
Yeah, you speaking of patriarchy, it's a very big, I would want to say most people are trying to fight. Okay, can I ask you a question, Comfort?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I would want to ask, besides the stereotypes, do people have authentic information of what is patriarchy? How are men dominating the society? For example, in Mubs, the biggest percentage are women. So now if we are ending patriarchy, are we ending it with the women? So I want to know the authentic statistics you based on to say we should end patriarchy, then I can answer the question.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Now, let's look at the background of Mubs. You have stated clearly that you're the second female guild president. So meaning that there has been a gap where men have been in leadership in this guild government or society of Mubs. So the fact that men have been in those guild president positions for a while, it means that they have initiated different initiatives which are deep, like they are male based. Like, you know, when I'm going to make a decision and I'm a male, I'm going to pass it in a way that is male, that favors men. So meaning that you're leading a society that has been built by men. So at the end of the day, I feel like there is some patriarchy there. So that's why, like, I feel like in this society, at the end of the day, you might come up with a decision, and then you find the men who have like more power, they are like, we have been used to dealing with men, and now we look at this lady trying to bring in her plan or project or something. So yeah, how are you dealing with that? Because from the history of Mubs, the fact that it's men or boys who have been leading, they have initiated something that has deep roots to do with how they are supposed to make decisions.
So before I say what I want to say, to the men out there, I don't want it to feel like a war. As we are trying to end patriarchy in a university like Makerere University Business School, it's a call to justice, a call to inclusion, and a call to shared power. So this means a university must empower both the females and the males to take on leadership mantles. And when they become leaders, let them not only transform markets, but also transform the mindsets of people. So that will take us back to what society have we grown in. We have grown in a society where you realize that the men are going to lead, be it in our cultural norms, be it in family, be it religion. It shows that the men should always dominate. A family where I come from, my father leads the family. In the Bible, man is supposed to lead and a woman is supposed to be submissive to a man. Culture, of course, men are seen as the most powerful figures. So how are we going to fight that? Now, for amongst the youths in Makerere University Business School, and how I was able to leverage on that and become a female guild president, it's because most people face an identity crisis. People do not know who they are. So you would find a girl wanting to be like a man, and you find a man wanting to prove to a woman that, hey, you can't take on my space. But I realize that I'm a female, that there are certain things men can do that I can't do, And I embraced that, yeah? You realize in an election, men are more vigorous, they're more energetic. Then here comes me who is going to move in heels, and my feet are going to get swollen. But then it comes back to me and you're like, I'm a female, and I'm not going to create sentimental wars with the men. So if you discover who you are, what's your purpose as a female, you wouldn't want to prove to the other gender, but you'd want to prove to yourself to make yourself proud. You get? So if the youths out there can be more authentic to themselves, know who they are, and also another way to end patriarchy in Mubs would be that women should live more authentic lives. I'm not attacking the women, but women should live more authentic lives. As you're getting that money for yourself, don't get the money. Don't say, I want to be rich to prove to a man that, hey, I am taking on your space. No, get that money to better your life and let the man take charge. That's the only way people will feel equal in a society. Then you can see our government. Personally, before even Mubs starts fighting, the government has empowered young women to join universities. A university like Makerere University Business School has more females than the males. Why? You realize they have that additional 1.5 point they add to a female. So they are empowering women, and that helps to end patriarchy in our society.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's a great submission, because to be honest, when I was watching like the videos that were moving around during your campaigns, I realized that okay, I would see girls that they are all putting their energy into this so that you can win, but at the same time men were doing so. And there is a guy I saw who carried you like after your after they declared you as a winner. So did you experience the fact that men need women, and also women need men to move forward with life?
Yes, as I had earlier said, both the men and women need each other if we are to thrive in such a competitive society today. The females can't do without the men, and also the men can't do without the females. And you as a person, you should have a clear vision such that people can rally behind you. I had a clear vision for the students of Makerere University Business School, and that's why I believe it wasn't gender-based that, hey, women, it's our time to take on, but it was time to unleash what truly I can deliver for all students.
Oh, that's interesting. So whenever I enter Mubs, I look at, like, every building has Julia Initiative. Shout out to Julia Muhumza, by the way. What are your thoughts on building the legacy that even if I've never met you, but then I have passed somewhere, I will be able to recognize that I think there was a girl here or a woman who was here, and I can feel the impact they left behind. So what do you look up to when it comes to legacy building that is beyond sitting in different halls to discuss on different panels that will speak volumes about you?
Of course, I'm not letting the cat out of the bag. That's going to remain a mystery to the students, but we are doing a lot as the Pari Passu government and as Rose Nabwire to ensure that as a female leader, I leave that blueprint for someone to say she led Mubs when she was here. So there are a lot of projects that are already running, but I can't let them out of the bag. No. The students will see them, and to them they will judge and see, was she worth our vote? Were we right to trust her? Yes.
Then on the side, now you have spoke as the guild president.
Yes.
So now let's go to the side of Rose Nabwire, like building legacy as a person. Do you think, I have seen so many times, most of the people who are to get, okay, most of the bright guys or active people here in Uganda, they end up getting opportunities abroad. So what are your thoughts on getting opportunity? Okay, navigating your opportunities around and also navigating your opportunities like outside the country.
As I had earlier stated, it's always good to show up, right? So whether the opportunity is in Uganda or the opportunity is in the UK or Canada, hop onto it. You just never know where the blessing is coming from to change your life. Yeah, so I would advise every youth out there not to underlook and say, oh, in Uganda, no, let me do it in the UK. I would prefer if I'm based there. What if your glory time is in Uganda and it's where you're supposed to cause a change? So I would say jump onto all those opportunities. We are still very young people. So every opportunity that comes your way, try it out. You never know what might be the outcome.
Oh, that's interesting. So we are not going to see Rose Nabwire very soon becoming an MP. So, but then I think it's a balance. If you are to become like an MP in the future, all the best. And if an opportunity comes where you want to pursue like your master's from a very outstanding university that offers so many opportunities, you just hop on that. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to this very last minute, and I realized that most of the people who watch these episodes that we usually put, they don't subscribe. So I will let Nabwire Rose to remind you about the part of subscribing and sharing the content so that it can reach someone who needs to hear what has been like discussed. Yeah,
to our viewers, please subscribe to our pages, the top VIP pages on YouTube, on TikTok, to follow and learn more. Thank you so much.
Yeah, any remarks?
Yeah, to every young person out there, just start. It doesn't require you to have the most money, the most talent. Discover who you are and hop onto the opportunity. The Lord blesses those that are ready to take on different mantles. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I can add anything but to let the episode end from here.
Yeah, man, I'm a V.I.P.